16 car buying tips to make car shopping easier. Buying a car, whether a new Cadillac or a 10-year-old Volkswagen, is a high-stakes transaction, the consequences of which you will live for years to come. If you're not prepared, you could end up with a car you don't like, that you paid too much for, and which will eventually be tough to resell. While there are a lot of great cars on the market, and most dealers are honest and reputable, there are a few things to watch out for. If you're not prepared, you could end up with a car you don't like, that you paid too much for, and which will eventually be tough to resell. While there are a lot of great cars on the market, and most dealers are honest and reputable, there are a few things to watch out for. Preparation and education are the keys to finding a great, affordable car you'll drive for years. If you're doing it properly, 90% of the work of buying a new or used car is done before you ever step on a dealer's lot or pull up an online car inventory. When you've done your homework, finding the car is fun. Number 1. Determine your budget. Whether you're buying or leasing, you should have a maximum monthly payment in mind. This should be a figure that works with your current income but also something you can support if there is a disruption to that income for a few months, like a job loss. It should also factor in estimated monthly costs for insurance, gas, and routine maintenance. Number 2. Decide between leasing and buying. When purchasing a new car, you usually have the option of leasing instead. Lease payments are usually significantly lower than monthly loan payments on a car you own. This also gives you the option of driving a car that is more expensive than the one you budgeted for. Number 3. Understand the differences between bank and dealer financing. Car dealers do a very good job of making financing your new car through them easy. You provide them with all the information they need and you can have a loan inside of an hour, making the whole car buying process a convenient one-stop shopping trip. However, dealers may not always be able to get you the best rate. Shop for the best auto loan interest rates from at least 2 lenders before going to the dealership. Also be sure to check out credit unions, which often have the lowest rates. Number 4. Get pre-approved for an auto loan. Getting pre-approval from your lender is vital for many reasons. First, it helps you set a realistic budget. Chances are, if a bank won't lend you $50,000 for a new car purchase, it means you are buying too much car. A pre-approval usually entails looking at your income figures and credit score, and outputs how much money the lender is willing to loan you, for how many months, and at what interest rate. Having pre-approval for a loan not only helps narrow your car search to those you can afford, it also gives you more bargaining power with the dealer since you do not have to rely on dealer financing. Number 5. Research your insurance options. It's imperative that you think of the cost of auto insurance as part of the overall monthly cost of owning your car. When purchasing a new vehicle, do not assume that insurance will cost the same as your old car. New cars and more expensive used cars will cost more to insure than an older car. Number 6. Narrow down which type of car to get. Most people have a vague idea of what they would like their next car to be. But when daydreaming gives way to reality, you should give your transportation needs an honest assessment. Once you have a budget in mind, consider several things all at once. What will the car be primarily used for? Is it for a single person or a family? Will it be driven in the country or an urban environment? In 2022, a very important question is how fuel efficient must your car be? If the car has to be able to hold a lot of cargo, an SUV might be best. If it's to be driven 50 miles one way to your job, a compact car would work. It's also important to consider not just your life now, but how it might change in the future. By knowing the answers to these questions, you can eliminate whole classes of vehicles from your search and help you find the right car more quickly. Number 7. Choose to buy a new car or used car. Everyone enjoys a new car, but the economics state that you'll get more value for your money on a pre-owned vehicle. Cars depreciate quickly after purchase. In just the first year, for instance, a car loses 15% 20% of its value, and then 15% 20% every year thereafter. A used car with lower miles can be a tremendous value, especially if it has a clean accident report and has been well maintained. Once you have a monthly payment in mind, you will find a great deal more vehicles within your budget on the used car market, including cars that are bigger or have more luxury features than any new car you might be able to buy. Number 8. Understand shopping versus buying. There is a difference between shopping for a car, gathering information, and buying one, striking a deal and closing. While shopping, take as much time as you have and/or need. Visit several different dealers and look at their inventory as well as their sales incentives, financing options, and other special programs. A sales representative will likely offer to help, but be aware that their goal from the time you walk into a dealership is to get you to buy a car. If you make it clear that you are just shopping, they will give you some room to consider all the important factors that go into making this major purchase. Let them know that you are in an information gathering phase and taking your time, and that you are visiting several dealers. This will help you if you decide to start negotiating to buy a car from them. They will know they have competition for your dollars and will offer you their best deal. 9. Look beyond your local inventory. Thanks to the internet, your search for a new or used car is not just limited to local dealer lots or classified ads in the newspaper. There are now several online sites that have listings for thousands of vehicles for sale around you. You can search by make, model and year, but also narrow the scope even further to specific trim level or price point. There are extra steps that go into buying a car from 1,000 miles away, sight unseen, however. Before purchase, you should hire an appraiser from that area to inspect the vehicle for you, and if you do buy, you will have to work out how the car gets shipped to you and who pays for shipping. But online vendors make things easy for you, and if nothing else, looking at hundreds of cars for sale online helps you decide exactly what car you want and what the price should be. 10. Get an insurance quote. Once you've identified the car or cars you are seriously considering buying, it's time to call several insurance companies to get an idea of what your premium will be. Again, this might be quite different from the rate you were paying on your previous car, especially if it's a step up in value. Imports can also be significantly more expensive to insure if replacement parts are made in another country. You can save on car insurance if you use the same company that insures your house or rental property through a process called bundling, but it's best to get several quotes. 11. Get the vehicle history report. A vehicle history report has a lot of useful information about the car, all based on the car's unique 17-digit vehicle identification number, VIN. You can see if the car has been in any serious accidents, had major repairs, or been subject to any recalls by the manufacturer, as well as title information since the car was first purchased, such as previous owners and odometer readings at time of sale. There are a number of online services like Carfax that will supply this information if you provide the VIN. 12. Get a professional inspection. Even after you've seen the vehicle history report, it's still best to hire a professional mechanic to give the car a thorough inspection. This step should happen when you are pretty certain that you are going to purchase the car, since you will pay the inspector's fee whether you buy or not. 13. Don't reveal your budget. One of the first questions a salesperson will ask at the dealership or used car lot is, how much are you looking to spend? Or, what kind of monthly payment are you hoping for? While this is important information for you to know, it's best if they do not. The reason is the dealer can use that when you are negotiating on price, perhaps inflating the price on a particular vehicle because it will fit your budget. The best tactic is to get a quote on the dealer's best price, then run that figure by your bank or credit union which has already given you pre-approval on a loan. They will give you an accurate monthly payment based on the overall vehicle price and the rate they are willing to lend at. 14. Ask about warranties on the car. If the car in question is used and has 100,000 miles or more, it likely won't be under warranty. But all new and some used cars have warranty coverage. Warranties differ with each manufacturer, but the basic warranties are of two types. A bumper-to-bumper warranty covers almost anything on the car and typically lasts 3 years or 36,000 miles, whichever comes first. These cars can also have a separate powertrain warranty that protects major engine components and transmission. These can cover a range of about the first 60,000 to 100,000 miles and anywhere from 6 to 10 years. All warranties come with official certification, so you must ask to see the paperwork. Dealers now offer some used cars for sale as Certified Pre-Owned, CPO. These are cars that the dealer has done a thorough inspection of and will have some warranty coverage. All CPO terms are different, so you will need to ask for a complete explanation. 15. Don't be afraid to negotiate. The psychology of the negotiation process can be daunting for many people. A buyer can be so uncomfortable with haggling on price that they will overpay for a car just to make it stop. This can cost you hundreds if not thousands of dollars. It's not a crime to say no to a dealer's offer, and in fact sometimes your no will get them to say yes to yours. It can help to bring a friend or relative along for support and a little extra backbone in the negotiation. They will always have your best interest at heart. And remember that you can always walk away. Number 16. Watch for extra fees and services. Once you've agreed to a price for the car, there are legitimate additional expenses and fees to be added to the final amount. These include taxes, which can be significant, depending on your state, title, and registration. But some unscrupulous dealers will also try to include other fees for things you did not agree to. These fees can equal more than $1,000 and may be added to the invoice without your knowledge, in the hope that you will miss them in your excitement to pick up your new car. Before you sign the contract, be sure to go over the invoice line by line and ask that anything you didn't ask for be removed from the bill.